I like Highland Junior because the atmosphere is really great. It's very welcoming and all the teachers are super nice, so you feel welcomed, and it's just a great place.
GTC is it's challenging, but it's also fun at the same time. We do a lot of fun assignments.
Hi, I'm Sarah Miller. I am the gifted social studies teacher here at Highland Junior High School.
My name is Dion Leasley, and I guide science learning in our gifted program.
I am Amy Lane, and I teach GTC Gifted English for 7th and 8th grade.
My name is Ms. Shimino, and I am your GTC math teacher for both pre-algebra and Algebra 1.
The gifted program is unique to Highland Junior High because students are part of a cohort, or as we like to call it, the GTC family, where they have 4 gifted endorsed teachers who understand their unique needs as gifted learners.
I really like GTC because you get to know your teachers well and all the people that you are with, because you are with them longer than normal classes would be.
The 4 main GTC classes are the core classes, so history, science, English, and math, but we still have electives like art or industrial tech or gym. I take art and Spanish. I've been taking Spanish since last year so I can get a credit for high school.
A normal day for GTC is going to your 4 core main classes, but in between those you also get to go to electives and obviously lunch. And those electives and lunch are with everybody, so you get to branch out and meet other people outside of GTC.
We have a lot of project-based learning. We also have a lot of student-driven inquiry.
We do a lot of student-led discussions, collaborative projects.
We reflect a lot on our learning, and we reflect a lot on the standards and the targets, but we also look at the effort, so we can see what they're doing on a daily basis in terms of how much time they're putting into math, how focused they are in math, are they using their feedback, are they using their resources. So those are things that I do that aren't done in a regular honors class.
So one of the differences between being in a gifted class versus a traditional honors class or even a general class is that students are increasing the depth and complexity of their learning. They're looking at real world problems and trying to find real world solutions. We do a lot of historical event simulations too, where students act out or participate in situations where they have to experience the event versus just learning about it by taking notes or passively taking in information.
We do rockets. You build your own biospheres. For chemistry, we have students making different kinds of composites. The other thing I love is that we get to do field trips.
In science, we got to build a bottle rocket, and we were able to shoot it up 3 times and create our own parachute, our own design and everything. So I loved that.
We don't just build them, we learn like how they work and why we're doing the things we do.
In history, we got to do, we had a research project and we could create a podcast or a skit or something.
In my gifted English classroom, I offer them choice in the way that they are going to produce an assessment. So many of our gifted learners do truly learn in different ways, and so some of them are really strong writers, where some of them have that more creative instinct and can create more of a performance-based assessment. And so I really try to cater to all of those learning styles in my English class. And so some might write an essay, some might create a presentation, but they're still doing the same assessment.
One of the benefits of simulation activities and more of the real world problem solving and the project-based learning we do in GTC is students are learning how to be active participants in their democracy. They're looking at documents and artifacts and primary sources and making reasoned judgments to try to better solve problems.
With GTC, we go more in-depth to concepts. We don't just scratch the surface of things. We learn how a lot of things work and why some things may be better than others. And English specifically, we learn how to write high-level essays. Being in GTC has definitely improved the way I write and do assignments and other things.
It's not a lot of write on your computer, like we have obviously some of that, but it's more hands-on group projects.
There's also a lot of interdisciplinary things that we do with our students. We're doing radioactive decay in my class. Well, she's also doing exponential functions with the kids. The math and the science components often tie in. I like that we're highly interdisciplinary and that our projects go between all courses.
Another difference is the social emotional needs of gifted students. So we work hard to bring in the guidance counselors and social workers into our classrooms to give lessons on the social emotional aspects of, not flipping your lid and keeping your composure and getting along with others.
It's a bit more intensive than regular classes, but if you do your work in class, it's almost the same as ordinary classes. English and math are the most homework-heavy classes, but they're still manageable. It's not too much. You finish most of it in class.
So the homework load or workload in class can depend on different classes. So English and math are more of the heavy hitters, with more talking about in class and a little bit more homework, but it's still not too overwhelming. And history and science, they still cover a lot of stuff, but we talk in class and we go over everything, and there is plenty of time given for any assignment or any test that we need, so it isn't stressful or anything like that. I would say the most important thing to think about GTC is that it is different than basically every other class you've ever been in before. The environment is different. What you do in the class is different. So I wouldn't set your expectations on anything that you've had before in other classes. We have the 4 same teachers that we will have in 7th grade and in 8th grade, so you can build relationships with those people along with the students in your class.
Because the GTC program is run by 4 teachers who are gifted indoors, we do understand the unique needs of gifted learners. So gifted learners are obviously highly intelligent. They want to know not what they're learning, but why they're learning something. They want to actively participate and solve problems and really get their hands dirty. So we look at them in a class like social studies as historians versus just learners in a junior high setting.
And they're going to be able to become the mathematicians using their application and critical thinking skills at a higher level than they would in an honors class.
It's not just sitting at a desk listening to a teacher teach you. It is really hands-on learning the way that a gifted child should be able to learn.